It has already been a busier day at the main airport in Brussels, Belgium. The signs of extra security are obvious. Around 100 flights are expected to take off today, and this is just the third day of operation since last month's terrorist attacks. Now, here to talk about this, the latest concern about security worldwide, is House Homeland Security Chairman, Texas Congressman Michael McCaul. Good morning, and thanks for being here.
Good morning, Jose. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's start with Brussels flights. Yesterday was just a few. Now they're supposed to have 100 today. U.S. airports have to be concerned because we have flights that go directly to Brussels.
Well, that's correct. But what we're more concerned about are the flights coming from Brussels into the United States. So any last point of departure airport, we have really upped the screening at these airports. We're active participants in the screening and the security at these airports to make sure that any flights flying into the United States, there's no risk, and that the passengers are properly screened past watch lists.
There is an obvious tie between Paris and Brussels. How much help does the U.S. offer in investigating situations of terrorism abroad?
We offer a tremendous amount of help. I think the problem with Europe, they're in a sort of pre-9/11 state of mind. They don't share intelligence and data like we do. They don't check past watch lists. Their borders really are wide open. And so they have also the phenomenon of thousands of foreign fighters coming from Iraq and Syria who have trained in the art of warfare coming into Europe. And I think that's our biggest concern about what's going on. We know there are still many unidentified suspects in the Paris case and Brussels. The mastermind of Paris said he brought 90 foreign fighters in with him. So how does that relate to us? Well, we've had hundreds of foreign fighters that have traveled there. Some have come back. That's a concern. But also the foreign fighters traveling in from Europe is our concern.
Okay. We've just had a major event here, and we're expecting another major event next year. We're talking about the Super Bowl. Cities like Houston, what do we have to be concerned about, or is the nation going to be safe?
Well, as chairman of Homeland Security Committee, I always get involved in the Super Bowl events. These are obviously big targets. ISIS, Al-Qaeda like to target events like that, like they did in the Paris attacks at the soccer stadium. And so we will be raising the scrutiny and the security at a federal, state, and local level. As you know, it usually goes well, but you have to be prepared for that.
Well, communication between agencies is very important. Yeah. But you brought me a gift here.
I did.
It is your new book, Failures of Imagination. Real quick, what's it about?
It's about everything that kind of keeps me up at night in a book, and it's told in a fictional but then fact-based way. Really the truth about the real threats that we face as a nation, and what we need to do to stop them. And I thought the American people deserve to know this. It puts you in sort of my world for 8 chapters, and it ranges from the Islamist terror-based threat to a cybersecurity threat to Putin and Russia. I think it's an educational piece for the American people.
Well, we are so very glad that you have written this, and we are so very glad of what you do for the Homeland Security Committee. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Jose.
McCaul.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.